Anyway, so I happened to stumble upon this story on, yes, I know, the Daily Mail. So take it all with a grain of salt. But I mean, they are claiming, and I've seen it in a few other places, that Diddy's ex Cassie Ventura is hurt at baby oil jokes and she's taking a break after new lawsuit left her in tears. The whole thing just sounds so totally ridiculous in the sense that hurt by baby oil jokes. I mean, what does that even mean? I mean, if she's claiming and did claim in her lawsuit that for years and years and years, this man has, been doing what she claimed in her civil suit that he's been doing, then and this was her lawsuit that jump started this whole thing, then why should she be hurt about the baby oil jokes? It was she who launched all of this into motion, right? So, like, I don't understand why would she be hurt? Well, I guess you could launch it, but then you don't want people joking about it. I understand that, but um, it just seems kind of just I don't know. It just hits me a kind of way. I'm not sure. And she's taking a break from what? What is she taking a break from? I mean, I don't really know her lifestyle or anything, but what does she need to take a break from? What, social media? Taking a break from what? Um, hang on a second. Okay, sorry about that. So, yeah, what does she need to take a break from? I have no idea. I guess it might be from social media. New lawsuit left her in tears. This isn't ringing right to me. It's just not ringing right to me. Okay. Um, she can be hurt, she can be upset, but why would a new lawsuit against her ex, whom she claims abused in the worst way, um, would leave her in tears? Um, anyway, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking that I would not be surprised if Cassie Ventura, who I suspect will be a star witness for the prosecution, I would not be surprised if she refuses to testify against Diddy and she refuses to be a part of this whole lawsuit and she goes into hiding and you never hear from her for a while. And I'm sure the case can probably go on without her in some way. I mean, this is a criminal case. Um, it's a criminal case, and the federal government has, the right to bring a case with or without, I guess it's star witness. I mean, I don't know. There are other witnesses. There are apparently other co-conspirators. There are other victims, I'm told, right? There are all these victims. So I don't think they need Cassie for the case. But I think that with Cassie in the case, because she was the one who was beaten by the defendant in that hotel room, and they are basing so much of what they said in their indictment on that event where he beat his girlfriend, it was a monstrous thing. How I can't stress that enough. That was horrible. I mean, that was inexcusable. That, I would say 1 to 2 years in prison is okay for me. If he did have to serve time for something, he should serve some time for his behavior, if only to send a message to other men in the society that this will not be tolerated. You cannot do this, right? The racketeering thing is, for me, bogus. I don't see a racketeering case here unless they come up with some more stuff. Give me some co-conspirators. Show me how these freak-offs, he made money from these freak-offs versus he paid money to have the freak-offs, such as he paid the S workers and so on and so forth. That's not racketeering, right? But that all being said, I would not be surprised if Cassie Ventura decides not to participate in this lawsuit and she basically runs for her life and she goes into hiding and you don't see her again for a really long time. All of this stuff up here, I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with that. I mean, I think they will play it off like, oh, it's because of all of that. It was the baby oil, it was the 9-year old. I don't think that ultimately that's why. I think that she's very nervous because, she brought the civil suit against him for whatever her reasons. She was hurt. They broke up. I mean, she was hurt, but even after he beat her up in the hotel, she went back to him. Women do that. They go back to abusive men. I mean, hey, hello. Okay, I understand that. But she didn't break up with him right away after this abuse. Eventually, they broke up after 11 years. And, at one point, I think they were supposed to be engaged to be married or something. I think I had heard something like that. No marriage occurred and so on and so forth. She went on her merry way. And years later, she went back and claimed in this civil suit for which she was paid $30 million of hush money. That was a hush money payment, right? That's a hush money payment. He paid her to hush her up. So this is a civil suit. I don't think Cassie ever thought that this could become a criminal matter, right? That the feds will look into this case and actually investigate and bring this criminal case against Sean Diddy Combs. That's just my hunch. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert at any of this. I know nothing about this kind of stuff. Honestly, I have no idea about criminal law, criminal procedure, all of that stuff, as I have said. But my suspicion is, I mean, it's just a hunch that Cassie had no inkling that this would have gone as far as it has now gone. I don't think she did. I think she broke up with her ex, and many years after, two, three, four, whatever it was, she decided, because I think they broke up in like 2018 or something like that, right? Or something like that, or 2020, something. I'd say at least 4 years ago. I don't think she expected things to escalate to this point. She probably doesn't hate Diddy at all. I think they had a relationship, and what I honestly think is that these were two consenting adults who were engaging in certain behavior, consenting adults as far as these freak offs, not consenting adults as far as someone beating you up in a hotel lobby. No, she didn't consent to that. But I think that the two of them, this is just my opinion. I don't know this for a fact. I'm not saying this is a fact. I'm saying it's my opinion unless I see evidence to the contrary. It is my opinion that these two adults and their friends um, voluntarily and consensually engaged in certain types of behaviors that none of them necessarily wanted to come out into the light of day. I think that once this trial gets going and Diddy goes to trial and they start pulling up all this evidence, the videos, the text messages, witnesses who observed both of them, you know, the public is going to hear a completely different set of facts and a whole different spin on the same facts than they currently now have with this, explosive and sensational circus that occurred after the Diddy beating up Cassie tapes were released. This was clearly inflammatory. It inflamed the public. People jumped to a lot of conclusions about what went on between these people. And it is my opinion that people are going to be somewhat surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if once this trial gets going, a whole different picture is going to emerge, which may not necessarily leave Cassie Ventura looking the way she currently looks right now, as being, someone who was unwilling, she was coerced, this was not consensual, etc., etc. I'm not sure that this is what people are going to see. I think people are going to see something completely different. And I think she knows the truth. I mean, she knows what happened better than anybody who's talking in the public right now. She and Puffy Combs are the ones who know what happened and what continued to happen for the 11 years of their relationship. They were the ones in that relationship, and all of that is going to come out to the public. And her $30 million settlement that she received for the civil case of this suit is going to look a little different. It's going to look different. I think it is going to look different. Now, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I just would not be surprised if she somehow asks to be recused from testifying in this case. She wants nothing to do with it, but she's going to say it's because it's also very upsetting to her. But I think she's very nervous because she knows what really happened. And she also knows why she went after the 30 million, and she probably deserved the 30 million for what he did. I'm not saying there was anything wrong with getting the 30 million, but I don't think she anticipated all of this was going to happen, and she being the star witness. And I think she probably knows that maybe it was just their lifestyle. It's what they all did because at the time it seemed fun. Anyway, that's all for this one. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.